Here we have a new 2024 GMC Terrain SLT. This one comes with all-wheel drive in volcanic red tint coat. And then we have jet black perforated leather interior. And the powertrain consists of a 1.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine. And that's made it to a 9-speed automatic transmission. And not many noticeable changes, if any, to the 24 Terrain as opposed to the 23. But as we come around to the front end here, we do get our LED headlamps along with LED daytime running lights and LED fog lights. And the lights don't flash like that. That's just how my camera's picking them up. But love the volcanic red. And as we come around to the side here, 18-inch aluminum wheels. We get passive keyless entry on all 4 doors. And then to the door panel here, we do have our memory seat function, so you can set that just by hitting set and then holding the number you want to set it to. You have 2 options there, and to recall it, you just hit whichever number. Power door lock controls are here. Power mirror controls are here. We can power those on and off by using the buttons there, and then we can adjust there for either side. And we also have blind spot monitors in the mirrors as well. Rear window lock, and then we have one-touch automatic up and down windows for the front, or for the driver, excuse me, and then just express down for the other 3 doors. And then we do have a power lift gate. We can open and shut here, set that to max 3/4 or turn it off, and you just hit that button. And then a bottle holder here, storage. And then we do get a Bose sound system as part of the infotainment 2 package that comes on this one. Heads up display controls are here. And then an electronic parking brake, just press that to engage. And then hood release is here. And we do get a manual tilt telescope steering wheel, and the lever for that's right there. But here's our power driver seat, 2-way power lumbar support. I have that seat up front adjusted for someone of my size, being 6'3" with longer legs. We're gonna see the back seat room sitting behind myself. But a huge shout out to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this Terrain today. I'll leave a link below in the description. But in the back seat here, decent leg space. My knees are just in the seat a little bit, but I do have it leaned back. I could lean it up some and I'd be good. But I like that we still have the seat back pockets on both sides. Rear AC vents, that's a nice touch. And then 2 USB-A charge ports, and then a 120 volt 3-prong household plug-in there if you want to plug in a laptop or something like that. Now there's a view of the front. And we do have the skyscape sunroof on this one, and that's with the cover on, or with the shade up, excuse me. And then 2 bottle holders here. And then we do have a grab handle. We could probably squeeze 1 plastic hanger, a smaller one, on there, or 2 metal hangers. Let's go ahead and make our way towards the back. But first, just a quick look at the window sticker. And hopefully y'all can see this pretty well. Just gonna scroll through it there. And then this one has the infotainment package too, the tech package, as well as the GMC Pro Safety Plus package, which I highly recommend for just an extra $695, so you can get that adaptive cruise control. And then sticker price of this one's $40,910. But to the fuel filler here, just click that. Don't have to worry about a cap, it'll take regular. And then as we come around to the back end here, we do get the LED signature the LED signature tail lamps here. It's been a long day. And then you just hit this button here, and that can pop the tailgate if you don't want to do it from the front. And then you have all of that space behind here. And I like that we can fold the seats from the back. So we can just hit that release there, and then it's kind of caught on something. I'll fix it here in a moment, but you can do that for either side. And we'll take a quick look underneath the vehicle. But again, coming around to the rear passenger side, you can fold that flat there, and then just make sure the seatbelt's out the way. Pretty easy to just put it back into place, but Just have to give it a little oomph as you get to the top there. Now we do have the power seat bottom and the power lumbar support for this front passenger seat, but we don't have a power seat back so that we can fold this flat. And then if you want to have longer objects, of course you can fold down that second row, but also fold down this front seat and you can have stuff running all the way up. So pretty neat feature there. And then to get it back up, you just have to have both hands, which I don't at the moment. But glove compartment here, owner's manual's in there. I like that we have storage pocket here and then that one on the side there. But as we come back around to the front, we're just gonna pop the hood. And there's that 1.5 liter turbocharged 4-cylinder. And the hood's a bit heavy, but it's easy to get it to shut without slamming it. Let's go ahead and hop in the driver's seat. So leather wrap steering wheel here. Heat functions there. And then over to the radio here, we do get AM, FM, XM. And then we also have Bluetooth audio. And then wireless Apple CarPlay, Android Auto compatibility. Nav is here. And it's pretty easy to type in an address or whatever, or you can find close parking, fuel, set up your favorites. You can even use voice recognition, which is nice, so you don't have to go through here and type. And sorry if the AC is a little loud, it's on fire outside today. Now for settings, you can go in here, change the language, time and date. To set up your phone connection, just add phone, it walks you right through it on your phone. And then everything else right in there. You do have your apps that you can control, as well as your vehicle settings. So all that's in that settings menu there. Backup cameras there. Guidelines follow you to turn the steering wheel. We have the curbside view camera. And then we also have the front camera, which I love having. And that's a very good picture there. So pretty impressed, and then having the bird's eye view on top. So a lot of different views you can choose from. But auto stop toggle is here, hazards are there. Volume you can turn up, turn down, then mute the audio by clicking that power button. Then you have a tune knob there as well. And then down here we have our dual zone automatic climate controls. We can set the auto here on the side, turn that off by adjusting the fan speed, and then we can choose the fan direction here. And then we can unsync by adjusting temperature and then sync back up by clicking that button. Now to shift the 9-speed, you do have push buttons, so park, pull here for reverse, press there for neutral, pull there for drive, press L, and you can manually shift right here if you want to. And then down here, the SD card reader shows you, or that's for your navigation card. Then you have a USB-C, USB-A, and aux input there. 12-volt storage, bottle holders, parking sensor toggle, and then we do have 3-stage heated seats for the driver and front passenger. You can just heat the seat back or the seat back and seat bottom. And then with the all-wheel drive system, we can turn that on as well as put it into the off-road mode if we want to. And then our downhill brake controls here, or hill descent, and then lane keep assist with lane departure button right there. And there is our center console cubby space, removable tray, 2 USB-A charge ports in there. Pretty good size, and I like the way we have the light in the back as well. And all of our sunroof controls are here, so that's for the shade, that's for the roof itself, garage door transmitter, OnStar, premium reading lights up front, sunglasses holder. And then we can one touch that there, and then hit it a second time, it'll go all the way back. So pretty neat. Can let tons of fresh air and sunlight in. And then you can also one touch the sunshade as well. Now with the heads up display, I'm gonna show that first. We have that there. I can move it back and forth. It's not flashing, that's just how My camera's picking up the light there. I'm gonna zoom out, maybe that'll help. And it's not, but we can change the info there. And then we can also adjust that brightness too. But the stalk behind the steering wheel, blinkers, the headlamps are on, so we can toggle those high beams there, and then we can turn the auto high beams on by hitting that button on the side. And then fog light toggles right here. Windshield wiper controls, one time. This is off and intermittent low high. We can adjust the intermittent wiper here, and then we have our rear wiper here. So off, intermittent on, and then pull back for the rear wiper fluid, push up for the front wiper fluid. And then our cruise controls, we can turn that on and off there, cancel, adjust the speed. Forward collision alert, gap adjust is there, and that's also used for the adaptive cruise. And then voice recognition, Bluetooth control, that also serves as a mute button. And then we can use these 4 arrows to go through the gauge cluster itself. So over here in the settings, you can go to units, and you can go from US to metric, traction and stability. You can go ahead and turn that on and off. And then info page options, you can decide what's shown on that main information page. So I'm gonna turn fuel economy on and go through that really quickly. And y'all can pause anywhere you need to. So right there, you can scroll through everything there, and that's just what I have set up. But behind the steering wheel on the left side, track list or radio station preset toggle. Behind the steering wheel on the right side, volume, if I can get back there we go. Volume can be adjusted up and down. And there's our push button start. Here is the key fob with remote start. And next, let's take this 2024 Terrain SLT out on the road for a test drive. So starting the test drive in this Terrain, as I said earlier, this is pretty much, I don't see anything different as opposed to the 23 Terrain. And you pretty much have the same acceleration feel there. It's adequate, but wish we still had the 2-liter option. But as I said, the pickup is pretty similar to what I'm used to. Now having the turbo, it does help. But where this thing is just so heavy, the 2-liter option is just a better choice, I think, for something like this. And I did not give it that much throttle to do that, but okay. So with having a 9-speed, it can get a bit difficult accelerating because the transmission doesn't always know what it wants to do. But we have the adaptive cruise here. And I'm gonna turn on the lane keep system. But you can see our fuel economy is pretty good with this smaller engine. So I'm getting 32 and I'm going up an incline here. So you can expect to get that 32 plus highway fuel economy, depending on speed, conditions, all of that. And the ride quality is decent. I don't really feel anything, and it's in a good way. It's just a solid ride. I wouldn't mind taking this on a longer road trip. And the seats are relatively comfortable. Now with this being a smaller SUV, the seat's not big, so where I'm a little broader, the back of my shoulders are just jamming into the side bolsters there, so it's not the most comfortable, but I can fix that with my posture and whatnot. I just like having a flatter seat, and you can see here how they come in there. Now my Mach-E is pretty good at just keeping me in the seat without hurting me. And I like how those seats are made. Now for the price, I do think this can be just a tad steep, but this is kind of what all these smaller SUVs with options are going for. I think of the Escape Platinum, I think of the CR-V, the RAV4, but the CR-V tends to be a little cheaper in my opinion, but the RAV4 especially, you can get up in price with those, just like these Terrains. But overall, if you're looking for something that drives nice, this does do that. You get good fuel economy. it can just be kind of a tough pill to swallow having a 4-cylinder turbocharged SUV that's this small. It's got about rear end of me not paying attention. As I was saying, it's just kind of, it's a tough pill to swallow having a vehicle with a 4-cylinder that's this small. The vehicle itself is relatively large inside for the interior, but you're not really getting a lot of car, if that makes sense. But honestly, just all the features you get here, especially having the adaptive cruise, the navigation, the sunroof. I wish this one had cooled seats for the money, but that's fine. But everything that you get here, you do get quite a bit. Again, it just depends what you're into. I feel like the segment that would buy one of these won't be disappointed. Me personally, I'd rather have a sports car or something for this kind of money, but again, this isn't really for someone like me. I like something fast, I like something agile. I don't necessarily need to have heated seats or to have a navigation system. Adaptive cruise is nice, but for this price point, it's not necessarily a necessity. But I want to give another huge shout out to Chevrolet Buick GMC of Murfreesboro for allowing me to review this Terrain today. Again, I'll leave a link below in the description. You can check this out for $24. But this will bring me to the end of my review of this 2024 GMC Terrain SLT with all-wheel drive.